You've been told your whole life what energy is, but it's not exactly what you think. We say things like, I have energy, or this battery stores energy, or the sun gives us energy. It sounds like energy is some kind of invisible substance, like a fuel that things carry around. But here's the strange part. We never actually see energy itself. We only ever see what it does. So, what is it? Let's start with something simple. Imagine you're holding a ball in your hand. You lift it up, and then you let it go. It falls. That feels obvious. Almost too obvious. But pause for a second. What just happened? Before you dropped it, we say the ball had potential energy. After you let it go, that energy becomes kinetic energy as it moves. It sounds like something inside the ball changed form, like energy moved from one place to another. But nothing physical jumped out of the ball. There's no glowing fluid, no hidden particles labeled energy. So, what changed? What actually changed is the situation. When the ball is high up, it has the ability to fall. When it's moving, it has the ability to keep moving or hit something. Energy is not a substance you can hold. It's a measurable property that tells us what a system can do. That's the first shift in thinking. Now let's go a step further. Think about a battery. We say it stores energy. That sounds like it's filled with something like a container. But inside a battery, there's just chemicals. Atoms arranged in a certain way. Nothing glowing. Nothing extra hidden inside. So why do we say it has energy? Because those atoms are arranged in a way that allows something to happen. Electrons can move, current can flow, a device can turn on. If you rearrange those atoms after the battery is used up, that ability disappears. So again, energy isn't a substance sitting inside. It's a description of a system's capacity to cause change, a pattern, a relationship. Now here's where it gets interesting. This idea works everywhere. A moving car has energy. A stretched spring has energy. A hot object has energy. But in every case, what we're really talking about is this. What can this system do next? That's what energy measures. But then a deeper question appears. If energy isn't a thing, why is it so important? Why does physics treat it as one of the most fundamental ideas in the universe? Because of one powerful rule. Energy is conserved. It never disappears. It never comes from nowhere. It changes form. It moves between systems. But the total amount stays the same, always. This is one of the most reliable patterns we've ever discovered, and there's a deep reason behind it. The laws of physics don't change over time, and because of that, energy has to be conserved. Now here's a different way to picture it. Imagine the universe as a giant accounting system, not filled with stuff called energy, but filled with numbers that track what's possible. Every time something happens, those numbers shift. Motion becomes heat. Heat becomes light. Light becomes matter. But the total stays constant, perfectly balanced. Now let's look at something more familiar. Heat. When something is hot, we say it has thermal energy. But what does that really mean? It means the particles inside are moving, vibrating, colliding, interacting. It's not just motion, but also the forces between them. So again, energy isn't something extra added on top. It's describing how those particles behave and what they can do. Now here's something subtle, but important. Even if everything stopped moving, energy wouldn't disappear, because matter itself carries energy, even at rest. So, energy isn't just about motion. It's built into the very existence of things. Now let's take a step back. If energy measures the ability for change, What happens over time? It spreads out. A hot cup of coffee cools down. A moving object slows down. A battery runs out. Not because energy is lost, but because it becomes more spread out, less concentrated, harder to use. At the beginning, energy is often organized, easy to turn into motion, light, or work. But over time, it becomes dispersed. Still there, but less useful. Like a drop of ink spreading in water. You can't get it back into the same neat form again. So, the universe doesn't just conserve energy, it also tends to spread it out. And that shapes everything we see. Now think about this. Everything you've ever experienced, light, sound, motion, heat, is just energy changing form, not a substance moving around, but the universe constantly reshaping what can happen next. And here's the part that really changes perspective. When you eat food, you're not filling up with energy like a tank. You're rearranging atoms in your body into forms that can do things. When sunlight reaches Earth, it's not delivering a package. It's changing the conditions so that life, motion, and processes can happen here. Even you, right now, are not a container of energy. You are a process, a continuous flow of changes, powered by energy transformations. So, the next time you hear the word energy, pause for a moment. Don't imagine a glowing substance. Don't imagine something stored like a liquid in a tank. Instead, think of it this way. Energy is the universe's way of keeping track of change, a precise measure of what can happen and what cannot. It's not something you can see, not something you can touch, but without it, nothing would ever happen at all. And maybe that's the most surprising part. The most important idea in physics isn't a thing you can hold, it's a rule that quietly governs how the universe is allowed to change.